Hey, it's Katya. Thanks for joining me today. Today's video, I'm going to be talking about one of the common mistakes that guys make when they're initially talking to women and they want to make it known that they're attracted to this girl that they're talking to. So this is a common mistake, and if you can fix this mistake, then you will have an abundance of women around you, and it will be about 10 times easier for you to actually attract women. So the mistake that most guys make when they're initially talking to a woman and they want this woman to know that they're attracted to her, here's what they do. I had a gentleman who was telling me a story recently about this woman that he met, and she was a nurse at his father's nursing home, and he would talk to this woman, almost every day or whenever he would go visit her, and made sure to pay attention to her and make sure to talk to her often. And he was saying how, he thought that she had the hots for him. I was like, okay, well, how do you know that? He said, well, the look in her eyes and the smile that she gives me, I can tell that she's attracted to me. I said, okay. And I said, tell me more about this, the situation. And come to find out, whenever he would talk to this woman, the only thing that he would really talk about was his father, and asking her how his father is doing, talking mainly about the father, and at one point he even asked her if there was a better way to contact her to get updates about his father, and she said, yeah, just call me at the hospital, call the main hospital line. And he, then told me it was interesting that she didn't give him her number. And from a woman's perspective, she had no idea that he wanted her number, because the entire context of the conversation is around the caretaking of the father. It has nothing to do with like him being attracted to her, or him getting to know her, or her getting to know him. So guys have this tendency to, take like one commonality, like a situational commonality that they have, and they will think that that's enough to build a connection with a woman in conversation. It's not. She doesn't know what you're trying to do. She doesn't know that you're attracted to her, and she doesn't know that you want to spend time with her. From a woman's perspective, it really just sounds like, this guy really cares about his dad and just wants to check in on him and make sure that he's okay. But the reality is that's what she's probably thinking. She probably has no idea that he's attracted to her, and the fact that she smiles at him a certain way is not enough evidence to really say that, she's attracted to him. So one way, so if you can recognize yourself in this situation, if you have a woman that you're attracted to at work, and maybe you guys talk about work all the time, or if you're attracted to a woman at the grocery store, every time you see her, you talk about her job or groceries, or something common that would be like a normal conversation based on the context of the situation. So for instance, in the work environment, of course you would be talking about work together, and of course you would be talking about work all the time. Just because you approach her more and more often to talk about work doesn't mean that she knows that you want to talk to her more and in a different context, like a dating context. So one really easy way to manage this and to really have a woman see that you are interested in her, and you're not just interested in the context of the situation, like work conversations, or in this other case, like the nursing home conversation. So you, for instance, with the woman who's the nurse, he could ask her, instead of talking about his father all the time, he could say, so, why do you love nursing, right? Like, how did you get into this? What do you love about it? What really lights you up around what you do? And actually get into her world. So that is more of, you're still in the same context, right? You're still talking about something that's present in the environment. But in this case, you're personalizing the information. You're personalizing it to her. And she will then be able to tell that you're interested in getting to know her. And likewise, talking more about yourself, what you're up to, what's important to you, and starting to frame the conversation in a different way. So it's more obvious that you're not just interested in the situation, the context of the situation, but you're actually interested in her. And a really easy way to do that is to personalize the conversation. Make it about her, or make it about you. You can, reveal something to her about the relationship, for instance, that you have with your father, like in the case of the nursing home guy. He could talk about himself. He could talk about his relationship with his dad and what that's like. And he could ask her about, her parents or her family. That would, again, be personalizing the conversation so that she really gets, oh, okay, this guy is trying to get to know me. The other thing that kind of gets in the way is that from that point, if you're personalizing the conversation, then it would make it a lot easier for you to also ask for her phone number. If you guys are talking about commonplace things, then you notice that it's actually harder for you to actually ask for her number because it's almost inappropriate, because you haven't actually built the conversation to the extent that you would need to where it's like, oh, okay, we're getting to know each other, so let's hang out. Like, that's the next obvious step. So you'll notice that if you're getting to know someone and you're getting to know them on a personal level, it's actually going to be a lot easier for you to ask for her number, because it'll be like a natural extension of the conversation. All right, so that's my my dating tip for today. And again, personalizing the conversation is what you want to do when you know a woman in a kind of a situational environment that you see all the time. Maybe she's your masseuse, maybe she's your stockbroker, maybe she's your neighbor, she's your nurse, she's your father's nurse or your mother's nurse at a nursing home. You're going to have to give her more clues that you're interested in her. So personalize the conversation to either get to know her or have her get to know you. And ideally, you're doing both. All right, I'll see you for the next video, and I look forward to seeing you there. And if you have any questions, then go ahead and shoot me an email at Katya, Katya, @overnightventures.com. Bye.